Good morning. Dobry den. Guten Morgen. Hausmas. Ciao. What other ones were there? Ahoy. And other such greetings. Yep, it's another morning. My alarm's actually gone, but I was actually up before my alarm, and it was one of those nights, you know, it's summertime, it was really hot and just horribly humid. So sleep was uneasy and things like that. And it was so hot and sticky that I've sort of like gone, right, okay, shave beard off and things. So, currently beardless for the first time in a while. And we're waking up with Assetto Corsa kind of drive to work scaley. Yesterday, of course, was Monday, so that was the first day of the new track, which was actually on Nürburgring. So Nürburgring, Germany. I hope to have. I did actually want to go and visit Nuremberg the other year, and I actually put it off in the end because of different things. Shame about that because, of course, different things happened last year which just meant, nah, that wasn't happening, and it's still pretty much going on. But we'll get to Nuremberg at some point, definitely. Right, yesterday just had the aggressive setup. Today I have actually downloaded some Coach Dave setups. Or, you know, last night, should I say, I downloaded the Coach Dave setups. I haven't tried any of them yet. I didn't have time. I had a load of shopping and chores and things like that to do. So, hey, that's the way that goes. Let's go setup. So, in here now, I should now have some setups. Indeed I do. So, I'm gonna say those are the old ones. And we're on the newer layout as well we're on the 2020 layout of Nuremberg. You know, the Nürburgring. So it's one that I'm not as familiar with. I was more familiar with the 2018 version. So the corners are all a little bit different. Not so, you know, not hugely different, but it's like bits have been narrowed and little bits have been extended, so the corner angles have changed slightly, and the banking of some of the corners has changed a bit, so they sort of like have more of an incline into them and things like that, so it's all a little bit different, and that affects things, of course. Right, so first things first on this setup, make sure that I am on the right traction control and ABS on my steering wheel, because the steering wheel's got the proper selectors, which are continuous. So, you know, if I put it on a number 1, then it goes to TC1, or, you know, the other dial will, you know, wherever it sits is what number it'll be. So, regardless of what's in this menu here. If I have something different on the steering wheel, it will immediately go to what's on my steering wheel rather than what's on the menu. So I have to make sure on that one. Fuel strategy, they put 60 in. I usually try and run sort of like a 45 and 45-ish setting when we were doing the races on Friday. So obviously Ham VR, if you haven't seen what we're doing on the Fridays, down in the description below on YouTube there is a link to Ham VR, his YouTube station, channel, whatever you want to call it, where we do race this on Fridays. We're nearly at the end of the season. There's a couple more races to go, this being one of them. So that's reasonable. Let's see how this setup feels. If it's faster, if it's slower, if it's more stable, unstable. And of course we'll want to hear the lovely noise of when these cars start up.
Stay double file.
Oh, that's a bit of magic sauce in the morning. There's that blip as everything sorts to roll out, you know, that just that. Oh, love that. The brakes aren't warm. By the end of the first straightaway, they soon will be.
Car on the right. 3 wide. Clear on the right. All clear.
A little bit of rough housing here. Quite a bit of rough housing there, actually. A good bit of bumping around there. Oh.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Okay. Off to a reasonable start. Just need to keep it that way. Had to lift off a little bit there. Full out. And they're still pulling away from me on this straight. Okay. Patience on this corner. It's these first early corners are really a lesson in patience of when to step on the throttle and when to hold off a little. And that one's all about carrying it. Had to lift a little, otherwise we'd be right up. Sneaky peek, didn't pull it off. And again, can I? Oh, that was right on the edge of control. Can I manage to? No.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. There's some light damage on the right.
Damn it. That's probably going to hurt lap times. It's a shame.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
Oh, right, let's just keep it settled in.
You're at the halfway mark. Keep pushing.
Yeah, you want to get off that brake before you hit the apex on that corner. Otherwise the back end will want to spin out, and I'm over a bit there. Maybe the damage at the front is not great on that, giving me a little bit of bad feeling.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap. Car
Okay.
on the right. Clear on the right.
We're a second up from my normal pace of yesterday. Now that's a case of wow.
Clear on the left.
Ah. So, yeah, there's me down to almost last again. So, yeah, that was unfortunate. Oh, but that wakes you up. Doesn't it and a half. Tell you what we're going to do. Since current best is probably near a second, or at least over half a second faster than yesterday's pace. So that's, of course, an improvement. And that bit of a thing. No, we've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes left on the clock. I may as well finish it out. I'm coming like last anyway, so well, almost last. We're just gonna feel it out. Make sure the tyres, maybe. Make sure the tyres keep an even sort of temperature on this. The amount of detail in ACC is ridiculous, by the way. If you actually have the computing power to have the full distance viewable and all of that lot, which unfortunately because of the VR side, you really do have to limit it quite a bit because of ACC's notoriously bad performance levels. So yeah, it really does have a huge amount of trackside detail and area detail that is just quite simply unbelievable. I'm nowhere near pace there. I was just contemplating the whole thing that as you come round here you can actually see the Nordschleife off in the backgrounds, basically parts of the wider green hell, as it were, which basically we're basically alongside here. And I've just totally gone off because I was just thinking of trying to imagine what part of the green hell will be over there, because as you'd come up past here down to here, you'll go over the chicane. And when you're over the chicane, of course, it turns off there, and that goes into the Nordschleife. And
good job, mate. You did your best. Bring it back to the pits.
That's pretty cool. Of course, we don't get to do that here. We get to see the roller coaster there. We have this awesome track, which is cool. But yeah, it's some amazing scenery basically as well. But it really does, I think, at different points, cost on the performance of ACC. Just how much detail in the surrounding areas is actually built into the game. So I would love for either the CPU side of computers to catch up so much that whatever slows this game down on the CPU side could, you know, just be muscled in by a CPU that's a lot stronger, so we could just increase the hell out of what this game puts out. Because if you did, then it would surely be gorgeous. I mean, if you see this game running on sort of like my spec of machine on a 4K monitor, then ACC does indeed look absolutely beautiful. In here, it looks still pretty damn good. It's pretty sharp. But I had to aim for, you know, 45 FPS and get the sharpness right and have it redoubled, of course, so that it hits the 90 frames. Oops. I was going to go into the pit there, but I just went past. I was talking and all that stuff. Right. So, that's Nordschleife. Nordschleife? Why am I saying Nordschleife? No. Nürburgring, should I say. It's just always. Ooh. Yeah, there was a little bit of instance on the first corner. AI with a problem. Happens. Alright. That should hopefully get me an intro shot or something. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look at some data. Time is it? Yep, we're going to quickly take a look at some data. So, Nürburgring, we're going to be adding that. That's going to be the latest file there. And then I've got in my setups Nürburgring. And there's one for, wow, a 153. 153. Oh my god. Let's compare to this lap time of 153. I'm already beating 204. Already, you know, beat that one, definitely. So, let's pull in this 153 monster lap data and do the comparison. So, we have... That's my pure data, so that's from my fastest lap on there, which was a 201.8. Yesterday I was running pretty consistently on sort of like 202s, 203 sort of, you know, around that sort of area. Let's see this this monster lap of 153. Look at that. That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. How am I grab that amount of time, but, well, I'm not going to get into that. There's no way I'm getting into that. But I can learn some lessons from it. So, first of all, we have the big straightaway. And as you can see, gear-wise, we both get up to 5th. The yellow line, by the way, well, yellow line on this is my gears? Yeah. Yellow line is my gears. Green line, well, green line on all of these is that monster timing. So, looking at the brake points and throttle, you can see my brake point and their brake point basically are the same. We're both on the brake, and they have a bit more of a off brake, back on brake situation there. Whereas I actually have a cleaner braking there. But their throttle is a lot sharper, whereas mine's kind of dragging off a bit more. So they've kept their throttle all the way in with their braking. Yeah? And then their throttle... Something not quite right there with my throttle. I might have to... Something's very off with my throttle. You see where my throttle is not actually hitting the top? Where my throttle is not hitting the top means that my pedals aren't fully calibrated at the moment. I'm not going full throttle at any point. So I'm going to have to recalibrate my pedals. That would explain a little bit, wouldn't it? So, first thing off, I can see I am never hitting full throttle. Other than that, the brake points are about the same. Apart from here, they're a lot more stabby on that one. So that'd be the tight right-hander at the end of the straight. They're a lot more stabby on that second corner. Whereas I've been a bit more, no, I've been more stabby, sorry, on the brake. They're less stabby on the brake. Not bad. Hey, how you doing? Yes, vroom. But I'm not vrooming to the full potential of my potential. Because the red line is below the green line, and the green line and the red line should be at the same height all the way through there. So, I'm somewhat pleased and somewhat not pleased. It really does sort of pull you in, that's for certain. Right, let's take a look at what's happening with the gears. So, oh yeah, Wipeout is a classic. Well, we do have full racing games. On PSVR, you're talking on that side, yeah. You gotta hope that Gran Turismo 7 will go VR for PS5 and PSVR. I know Assetto Corsa definitely isn't, you know, Assetto Corsa Competizione definitely not going to any console in VR. It's just too demanding. But on PC, it's an amazing game to play. Right, they're diving right the way down to first gear for a corner there, so I'm quite pleased with that. And I mean, there's, because of me not going to full throttle, braking too late for one corner there, coming off the brakes too late here. So you can see my brake point was too early, sorry. And then I come off earlier, and I've not laid the throttle down as nicely. We start throttling in the same place, so I'm hitting the apex is okay, and then throttling after the apex is okay there. But also there's a couple of places here where they have shifted down all the way to first, whereas I chose to keep up. On the top speed part here, though, of course, there's these little gaps of where the changes happen. So anywhere where this red line is below the green means that I'm losing time. And I'm losing time all the way down here, all the way across the board there, all the way a little bit of a loss, pretty much all the way through. This corner is a definite loss of time there going into it. A little bit of loss of time there midpoint, and I think that's the sort of first fast chicane, and then it's pretty much with it. I lost a lot of time through there, and I've lost a lot of time in turn 10 and 11. Coming out towards the end, and reasonably close, but then I lose a lot of time actually through the chicane. As I'm going through the chicane, I can push that a little bit harder, but I do know if you push that chicane just a little bit too much, then it's going to get slippy on the tiles, and you will end up with the back end coming out. Right, but that's enough of the analysis side of this. Let's get back in there. So, I know that I've got some work to do in that, but I like the setup. I do like that setup. Let's do a restart on here. Oh, I want to restart, damn you. Restart, confirm, there we go. Oh. Right, so yes. Let's do this again, shall we? Jump into the middle here.
Going double file.
Ready for that. Oh yeah, and here's the secondary one. Oh, I love that one. It's so nice when you hear the grid just... It's so nice hearing the grid do that. Oh, cold tyres. I've got really cold tyres. Look at them puppies, they are cold. Let's restart that. Hope the dust's coming up. I kicked up a bit of dust. Alright. That's better. So the setup should be there. Fuel strategy, yeah, where I left on that last run. So let's see if we can hold it together and not end up bashing people, have aero damage and blah 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 blah. And that's a bit better on the tyres. Oh, it's a beautiful sound. Frame rate even wobbled a little bit there. This is one of the most FPS demanding tracks in the game, by the way.
Right, show them where you go. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
That was a little brutal. Oh,
Light damage on the front of the car. Clear on
wow.
the left.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks for that. Nice shunt. We'll restart that one. Surviving the first corner. It's a classic. I was being cheeky going so far down on the right. The AI decided to punish me, but we get to hear this again. I do love that sound.
Green light. Go, go, go. Car on the left. Clear on the left. There's light
Come on.
damage on the left of the car.
It really can be traumatic in the middle of there. We'll see how the car performs. Hopefully it's okay. Don't get too much more bumper to bumper than that. If you do, then you're taking a trip up their exhaust pipes. Lovely Lambo though. And that skiddy. Oh, that was very, very close. That was fishtailing it there. Just managed to hold on to it, just for dear life there. That was pretty. As close it gets. some sneaky peeks here, trying to just see if I can't get up the inside of them. But the AI is definitely fighting me on that. Trying to stay with them.
Well done, mate. The fastest step so far. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
It's a little bit naughty. Hopefully I don't have much in the way of aero damage. Shouldn't really be playing bumper cars like that.
We are halfway through. Keep pushing. We've got some light damage on the front.
Oh no. This is an indicator that I'm having problems getting past them, which means they're running a little bit of a slower pace than me, but not too much, so it may be time to turn the AI up a bit on this track. Currently we're running 92%. Had to short shift there. Otherwise my back end was going to come out like nobody's business. It would have been very, very nasty.
Clear on the right.
And
We've got some severe damage at the front.
yeah, no, that's like no extra downforce to help in the braking. I caused a major shunt there. That certainly wakes you up though. Sorry about that, AI. I'm so sorry. Oh, poor AI. Off it goes. I'm going to leave that one there after that shunt. That was quite the wake-up call. Okay. What can I say on that one? That was exciting. Though some interesting things learnt today. I need to recalibrate my pedals for a start. Haha. And then that will hopefully get me that extra bit of speed. And I want to actually before I do anything else, I want to press the restart. I like the setup though. I'm liking this setup. So what we're going to do is, as you can see, the current setup is like Coach Dave setup, but I've just got my fuel strategy changed out. I'm going to want to change that tyre set. So that when I come on to practice and stuff like that on Friday, I'll have that tyre set there. Then I want to come down, pit strategy 1, I want tyre set 1. Use current pressures. pit stop number 2 is going to go to tyre set 2. And then it's going to use the current pressures. Pit stop 1. I'm going to add another 45 litres of fuel into the car. Actually, you can usually do with less, I think. But it's pushing it a little bit, so we'll leave it at 45. I think that's around a safe sort of area. And what I normally do is just put in another cheeky 5 litres on the pit stop 2 if I need to make a pit stop 2. But I think it'll be okay. I think. We'll see. So that's my pit stop strategy worked out for next ones, because you can see here now we've got pit stop number 3 will go to tyre set 3 and won't add fuel. So the first 2 pit stops that I make in a race will add fuel, change of tyres, and every successive one thereafter will do 4, will give me fresh tyres. Except I start at 5 on there. I'm not going to need more fresh tyres than that, surely. So if I perchance have the really, really horrendous bad luck on Friday to go through 5 pit stops, it still will then sort out what tyres are being changed and what are not. So if I went up to 5 pit stops on Friday, I'll only go up to tyre set 4 and no more. So that's that part. I'm going to save that off. And I'm just going to call that. Need to turn on my little keyboard. Where's the cursor for the little keyboard? There's the cursor for the little keyboard. So we're going to say 1 hour dry. So I know this is my 1 hour race in dry conditions. And that's cool there. So that's now saved as a preset for this track. And I can load that in as I need. And that's my variant of the Coach Dave setup. And on that note, it's going to be Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. Farewell. Ciao. Aloha. Have a good day. And shall see you again tomorrow morning, perhaps. If you haven't already subscribed, then, you know, do the YouTubery bit and do the subscribe and the likes and liked and follows and comments, and any type of engagement is nice. We like it. That's really cool. Right. Take care. Have a good day. And where's the button? The button is around here somewhere. Somewhere out there is the button. The button is there. Bye-bye.